ball and a curveball that he'll get more downward tilt, but he knows how to pitch. The one positive today, as you talked about the weather being warmer, it could be a better day to hit here at Wrigley. Hopefully for the Cubs offense, that is the case. And now it's time for the Bet365 bet of the game. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app today. The Cubs in the money line, they're minus 135. They're still, again, today, minus 1.5, but the bet's plus 160. And the over-under today, and the under's been kind of the thing. It's 7.5, and it's minus 115.
Coombe, thank you. Look forward to your call coming up with Zach in just a little bit. 81 degrees, sunny skies, blue skies up above. A beautiful day to take in a Cubs win, perhaps, at Wrigley Field. But up next, we'll hear from our insider, Bruce Levine, with the inside pitch. That's next on The Score, the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Let's play ball with Tito's. During today's game, if the Northsiders pitchers strike out 9 players, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to Anti-Cruelty Chicago.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Hey there, baseball fans. Ron Coomer here. It's time to step up to the plate and upgrade your deck with TimberTech. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand. It looks like real wood, but without the never-ending maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, splinter, and is even backed by industry-leading warranties. So you'll be sure that your deck looks great season after season. See for yourself why TimberTech is everything wood should be. Order free samples at timbertech.com.
DQ presents The Sound of Happy. Hear that? That's the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app.
The 3-game series starting Friday, August 15th. Be here for it. Get your tickets at Cubs.com/tickets. We'll take a look at who's hot and who's cold next. You're listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Coom here. Let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yuengling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan, there's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Cubs fans, check out the Compound Podcast with Chicago Cubs outfielder Ian Happ. Listen as Ian takes you behind the scenes as he and his guests share what it's like to live the baseball life on Rhino.
The last Cubs con, in the moment when he came on stage, the roar and the applause and the standing O was a really special thing. Gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
Behind the scenes talk with Chicago Cub Ian Happ, only from the Compound Podcast. Listen on the Odyssey and iHeartRadio apps or wherever you get your podcasts.
Here is your Game of the Week, presented by Hyundai. Football is back. Even though it's preseason, we got a chance to see the newest players in the league hit the field for the first time. One to watch, Las Vegas' new rookie running back, who was highly touted coming into the draft. He'll have a chance to prove his worth early, as the new coaching regime will lean on him heavily throughout the season. And we'll keep an eye on the new Vegas head coach, who looks for revenge against his former team in Seattle. No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid with America's best warranty, or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid with the power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too, but you know, better. Hybrids from Hyundai. It's the best of both worlds. America's best warranty claim based on total package of warranty programs. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Crush concrete with a Bosch 18-volt Bulldog rotary hammer. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
All Cubs triples and saves are sponsored by Great Lakes Credit Union. Chicago's Credit Union. Join GLCU's mission of banking for a greater good at glcu.org. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Cubs look to avoid the sweep in the hands of the Cincinnati Reds today. Cubs starter Kate Horton takes the ball. In fact, riding a 17 2/3 scoreless inning streak dating back to July 9th. Judson Richards along with you, 81 degrees. Beautiful day at Wrigley. Blue skies up above. Time now to check on who's hot and who's cold. Sponsored by Plumbers 911 Plumbing Emergency. Call the professionals, available 24/7 at 1-833-PLUM-911. Who is hot? Third baseman Matt Shaw. 5 home runs, a .271 batting average in his last 21 games. Who is cold? That is Kyle Tucker, who is in quite the slump, getting a day off today, although could see him pinch hit if the game calls for it. Tucker hitting .213 with just 1 home run in his last 22 games. Time now for the injury report, sponsored by Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Visit ibji.com for locations and services. There are no injury news to report at this time. Coming up next, it's the Cubs Conversation. You're listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. That's circasports.com.
When you're injured in a car crash, you need your lawyer to play offense. Insurance companies love to run out the clock while you're stuck with medical bills, lost wages, and severe injury. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't tempt fates. Pick up the phone and call the 8s. Having fought the battles, we know how to get you across the goal line. We're here to help you overcome insurance companies' tactics and get the
My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude? My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a...
Estamos leyendo.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Oh, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance.
But it's stuck to the landing. That's poked, and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
All these years is when things get tough, you are there more for your people. You don't ask more. You don't get angry. You're open book to, hey, we're doing great. You're doing great now. How can we get better? How can I help?
The game's hard, and I think the minute you forget how hard it is, you're setting yourself up to put your team and yourself in a bad spot. And truth be told, man, I enjoy these guys. You can't be around them all day, every day, and not. Okay, that doesn't mean you don't have tough conversations. We all do. But for the most part, man, they're fun to be around. I get a big kick out of them.
Winning is all about eventually having enough pitching, and you guys seem to have pitching, and you've added to it. How good do you feel about that part?
Well, and you've heard me say this too. When you think you have enough, go get more. But seeing Littell the way he pitched last night certainly kind of made us feel a little bit better about things. Hunter Green's coming, which should really help. The ability to move Nick Martinez back and forth is a big plus. We can't wear our bullpen out. We've really leaned on some guys down there, and that creates some anxiety for me. Fortunately, these guys, man, they're good workers, so I think we're okay.
There's not as many differences in the American and National League now because of the DH, but how good is it, after 25 years to be back in the National League?
It's funny you ask that because first month of the season, I look up at the other scores, the out-of-town scoreboard, and I'd be rooting for a team to lose or something. I go, whoa, wait a minute, I'm not even in that league. So it's you're right, it's not as different just because of the DH. But it is, I was so used to going to Detroit, Kansas City. Now it's St. Louis, Chicago, which is okay.
Tito, great seeing you. Best of luck.
Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it.
Now back to you, Judson.
Bruce, thank you. No surprise, Francona has the Reds playing well in the second half of the season. They've won 6 of their last 10, 6 games over 500 this season. Fans in Illinois can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Cubs and the Reds coming up here shortly, but next it is the Manager's Show. That's coming up on the Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk every morning. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Score.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
Here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways.
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter. It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that. They should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables? No vegetables. Is it straight protein? Yeah.
He's like anybody else in that regard. He's got very high expectations of himself, and when he doesn't beat him, he's frustrated. So this is just a kind of mental break. It's a mental break. That's what it is. Nothing physical, and I'm super confident that he's going to get it back going, and he's going to have a great last 50 games.
Craig Counsell of the Cubs continue to say there is nothing physically wrong with Kyle Tucker, just trying to find his stride back at the plate, getting a day off today, although we could see him in a pinch hitting role. Willie Castro is in right field. How about that? The super utility man, since coming over from the Twins at the trade deadline, has started at second base, third base, center field, and now starting in right field. We will check the baseball scoreboard coming up next. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on The Score.
News just in. Bet3 today.
And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. Jesus apply and app only.
Is your old air conditioner running all the time but not cooling your home? Stop wasting energy and money. Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a complete AC cleaning and tune-up. And we'll include absolutely free a 1-year, no breakdown guarantee. All for just $89.95. That's right. We guarantee your AC will cool your home for an entire year or your money back. Call 866-4-SEASONS.
For all the right reasons, call it 664-SEASONS.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, ultra-strong trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
And check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries. Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Philly
cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
Crinkle cut fries. Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My two red socks, because, you know, there's two here.
It's going to be great. The Pirates are leading the Giants 2-1 in the sixth inning in Pittsburgh. Cardinals and the Dodgers will play this afternoon. Brewers and the Braves will battle it out this evening. That will do it for us in the pregame. Coming up, it's Zach and Coom. It's the Cubs and the Reds here at Wrigley Field. That's next. You're listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, dedicated to helping you move better so you can live better. Our team of highly trained professionals provides empathetic, timely, efficient, and highest quality care to our patients. From state-of-the-art imaging to convenient rehab locations, we're here for you. With 14 Ortho Access immediate care facilities, get same-day orthopedic treatment. Experience close-to-home care you deserve. Visit ibji.com for locations and services.
Hey, Bill Wennington here, former Bull, three-time NBA champ, and fellow rider. Out on the road, it's easy for drivers to miss us, so we need to stay sharp and gear up every time. Helmets, gloves, boots, eye protection, and if it's been a while since your last riding course, now is the time. Brushing up on your skills.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Wow. It's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft. It's got an outboard motor. It's got a little barbecue. And it's got a hot tub. Look at that. I mean, come on. American ingenuity. That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
The left fielder is Jake Fraley, and hitting ninth, third baseman Key Brian Hayes, with all-star left-hander Andrew Abbott on the mound. For Craig Counsell's Cubs, a record of 65-48, second place in the National League Central, four back now of first place Milwaukee. Nico Horner is the leadoff man, and he plays second. Justin Turner at first. The designated hitter, Seiya Suzuki. The Cubs cleanup man is catcher Carson Kelly. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. The right fielder is Willie Castro. Batting seventh, left fielder Ian Happ. Dansby Swanson at short. And hitting ninth for the Cubs, third baseman Matt Shaw, with rookie right-hander Cade Horton on the mound. It is a beautiful afternoon here at the friendly confines. Partly cloudy, 81 degrees, the wind blowing from right to left at the moment. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts. First pitch next, Cubs and Reds on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on the Score.
School's out and summer is in, which means more groceries to feed growing kids. With Northern Illinois Food Bank, you can help serve over 7,500 nutritious kids' meals daily. Every dollar donated to the food bank equals $8 worth of groceries, because that's what it takes to help a child thrive. You can help solve summer hunger by visiting solvehungertoday.org. Northern Illinois Food Bank. Neighbors empowered.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the sound of happy. Hear that? That's the DQ chicken strip basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yingling after 196 years.
Americans are diagnosed with cancer every hour. As a reminder, for each Cubs strikeout at Wrigley this year, AbbVie donates $233 to Cubs charity.
Steer swings and misses at a fastball at the top of the zone, 0-1. Orton's been locked in lately. Overall, 5-3 with a 3.42 ERA. This is his 15th game. The pitch is swung on and missed. Steer in the hole, 0-2. He's had 3 straight scoreless starts. and entered play with a consecutive scoreless inning streak of 17 2/3. Horton faces home plate. The right-hander whirls and deals. Here's the 0-2. Missed up high with a 97-mile-per-hour heater. 1-2 the count on Steer. Horton working quickly. Glove in front of the face. The kick and pitch. Popped up. Left side. Near the line in foul territory. It's Shaw, the third baseman, and he drops the ball. And the ball ended up being dropped in fair territory. So reaching second, Steer.
Well, that'll be an error on Matt Shaw. Two-base error. This is just a sky-high pop-up down the third base line. It's about maybe 2 or 3 steps into the outfield grass. And because of the spin on the ball, it starts blowing back towards fair territory. And Shaw just, he whiffed on it. I know the ball was in the sun some and just didn't make the catch. And unfortunately for the Cubs, it landed about a foot in fair territory.
So Steer at second, Ellie De La Cruz at the plate. 1 down here in the first. De La Cruz, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. Horton deals and swings and misses. 0-1. Change up.
There's been one positive. The Cubs have, now they still got a game to go, so knock on wood, but they've done a pretty good job against De La Cruz in this series.
A long set. Now the 0-1. And De La Cruz looks at a ball low, a changeup that missed. 1-1 the count.
Cubs have done a good job of pitching him, for the most part, inside and tying him up. You know, he's a big, tall guy with long arms, and they've stayed inside on him pretty well.
Called strike. Right along the outside edge. A fastball from Horton. That one was clocked at 98 miles per hour.
Yeah, and that one's got some cut on it, too. That ball starts out away and comes back to the outside corner.
Steer at second, 1 down. 1-2 the count on De La Cruz. Here's the pitch. De La Cruz fouls it off the netting to the left. Got a piece of a curveball there. Overall this season, De La Cruz hitting at .279 with 19 home runs and 73 RBIs. One of the big stars in the game of baseball today. Horton looks at second. That's where Steer is. A long set. And the pitch. De La Cruz dribbles it foul off to the left.
First changeup we've seen today from Horton. That was an excellent one. You know, for a guy that did not throw a change, and it's, you know, it's tough for me to say it was a work in progress because he didn't have one. Starts the season and gets called up, and he's got a very good changeup. It is not like just, you know, an average pitch. He gets great action with it. It really comes out like a split, but very good pitch.
Horton's ready. Here's the 1-2. De La Cruz swings and misses. Strike 3. He got him with a changeup. 2 away.
Guys with the arm action of Horton, and I've played with some. I've watched guys throw like him through the years with that short arm action, that throw hard. You know, everything comes out looking like a fastball. And boy, if he's learned that change, it's just a devastating pitch. You just don't pick it up. And De La Cruz did not see that last change.
So 2 down and man at second. The batter, the cleanup man, Austin Hayes. Here's the pitch. Hayes swings and pops it up. Right side, foul territory. Turner, the first baseman, giving chase, but this one's out of play behind the Reds' dugout along the first base line. 0-1.
Well, this would be a big pick-me-up if Horton could get Hayes out and eliminate that error here in his first inning.
Horton, the right-hander, works on the third base side of the rubber with Steer at second. Horton gives him a look. Now staring him down. Another look. And he deals. High and tight to Hayes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defensively for the Cubs, Justin Turner at first base today. Nico Horner at second. The shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Matt Shaw at third. Horton's ready. Here comes the 1-1. Inside to Hayes. 2 balls and a strike. Ian Happ playing left this afternoon. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. Kyle Tucker gets the day off. Willie Castro in right. And a veteran Carson Kelly behind the plate for the Cubs today.
Like what Counts did, giving Tucker the day off today, and then with the off day tomorrow, that'll give him a couple days to just try to relax a little bit.
Hayes hits a high fly ball left center field. Playable for Crow Armstrong. He makes the catch, and Horton works out of the jam. Steer stranded at second base. After a half inning, no score. Cubs and Reds on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The oldest brewery in America. Official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Nico Horner gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Left-hander Andrew Abbott deals and starts off Nico with a ball low and outside, a fastball that missed. Abbott quietly having one of the great seasons of any pitcher this year, 8-1 with a 2.15 ERA. The pitch misses low again, 2-0 the count with Nico at the plate. 19 starts. He's coming off a no decision against Atlanta on Thursday. 5 1/3, 2 runs on 5 hits. Walked 5 in that game. The pitch is in there for a strike. Curveball over, 2-1. What makes this guy so effective?
Well, he does a lot of things really well. He's got great command.
And the 2-1 up high, 3-1.
And he's a little unique in the fact that from a left-handed side, he's not a guy that pitches inside a lot to the right-handers. He fades his fastball. It's a four-seamer and a changeup.
The next pitch misses outside, ball 4. So Nico draws a leadoff walk for the Cubs.
And he tried to fade all 4 of those pitches that weren't a strike to Nico, and they all missed the strike zone, either just down or just away. But he pitches to that side of the plate, and then he throws breaking stuff to get the ball inside to the righty. Not a lot of fastballs inside.
Justin Turner stands in and looks at a ball outside, a fastball that missed, 1-0.
And this is the time to get him, because once he starts getting locked in on that fastball and changeup away on the corner, he's tough.
Now the 1-0 delivery. Turner swings and pops it up shallow right. Coming in, Marte. He's under it and makes the catch. The second baseman, Lux, was running back and drifted out of the way when he heard Marte screaming for the ball. 1 down.
I think we're seeing it with the way that ball was caught and the difficulty, and Shaw missing the fly ball down the left field line, just into the outfield grass. Fly balls right now here at Wrigley Field, the high fly ball is not going to be routine.
Now the batter, Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter. Here's the pitch. Seiya looks at a ball inside, a curveball that missed. Nico Horner at first base, 1 down here, last of the first. Cubs and Reds are scoreless. It's the finale of this 3-game series. Seiya had the day off yesterday. Back in the lineup today, and the pitch. He swings, ground ball, base hit in the left field. Horner stops at second base, and the Cubs have something going here in the first. Men at first and second with just 1 away, and cleanup man Carson Kelly due up.
Now good swing by Seiya. Got a little fading change-up away, but it got a lot of the plate and hammered it to left for a base knock. First inning powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Now the Cubs need a big swing. This has been the issue. They've been getting some runners on at times, but they're failing to drive in the big run. They need the big hit.
The pitch to Kelly, a bouncing ball hit on the right side, backhanded by Steer to second for 1. De La Cruz steps on the bag for the force. So Suzuki erased from the bases. Kelly safe at first. Horner advances to third. 2 away, men at the corners, and Pete Crow Armstrong due up.
Now Kelly really trying to shoot that ball the other way and drive in that run. That was a designed swing to hit a ball the other way. Good effort. Unfortunately, goes right to Steer, and they get the middle guy. And now Pete Armstrong needs to put a big swing on a baseball.
Well, Armstrong, a left-handed hitter against the left-hander Abbott. PCA hitting .231 over his last 11 games. No home runs, 16 strikeouts. Abbott sets at the belt. High leg kick and pitch. PCA shows bunt, pulls it back. The pitch is outside. A slider that missed, 1-0.
2 outs. Pete shortening up to bunt. If he bunts, this is a bunt. You'd want to bunt this ball at the second baseman for a base hit.
Hayes playing in at third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. 1-1. Overall this season, Crow Armstrong hitting .266. He's got 27 home runs, 78 RBIs. Bottom one, men at the corners, 2 away. The pitch is up high.
That was a good take by Pete. That's a high slider, and it just misses the zone up, but not chasing that pitch up is key for Pete to get the guys back to the zone for him.
Abbott a long set. Now the pitch. Called strike. Bottom of the zone on the outside corner. A fastball, 2-2.
This guy, kind of old school, Abbott. He lives in that bottom of the strike zone away to most hitters.
The 2-2. Crow Armstrong swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a slider. Cubs leave men at the corners. After 1, no score. Cubs and Reds on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for great.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
On over 10 million homes from coast to coast, they can give your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. They also know how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. That's why James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
After he scored this first inning here at Wrigley Field, our second inning brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing you the California coast to you wherever you are. Here's Zach and Coob.
Judson, thank you. Gavin Lux at the plate to begin the second for Cincinnati. First pitch swinging, bounces one to second, fielded by Horner. The flip to Turner at first. In time, one pitch, one away. Judson Richards has been helping us out the last couple of days. Pat has the day off. He's fine. He'll rejoin us for the opener of a 3-game set this weekend in St. Louis. Tyler Stevenson will dig in. The Reds catcher hitting at .238 with 9 home runs and 35 RBIs. Cubs and Reds are scoreless here with one away in the top of the second. Cubs trying to avoid a sweep by the Reds. Cade Horton deals, and Stevenson looks at a strike right along the inside edge. A fastball from the rookie right-hander. Horton facing home plate. A wind-up and pitch. Bouncing ball hit on the left side, backhanded by Swanson. The long throw across in time to get Stevenson 2 away.
Good pitch by Horton. A little fastball with that cutting action to it. And Stevenson just rolls over the top of the 96-mile-an-hour heater to get the second out. Speed Gun today, as always, is powered by Xfinity. Get seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
Noel V. Marte at the plate, right-handed hitter. Looks at a ball up high from Horton, 1-0. Cubs wearing their traditional home white uniforms with the blue pinstripes, the iconic Cubs logo on the front left part of the jersey as Horton deals. And Marte swings and fouls one back, 1-1. Blue numerals and lettering on the back of the Cubs uniform outlined in red. Blue caps, red C on the front. Horton wearing white shoes today. Now the pitch. Marte swings and misses. Another fastball from Horton, 1-2.
Marte with a good swing at that fastball, but Horton just threw. Horton's got a unique ability to get around the baseball, and what I mean by that is not throw right through it, but his middle finger gets on the side of the ball somewhat, and that ball cuts away from the right-hander, but he gets great velocity.
Line drive, pull down the left field line. And this one bounces foul, so they'll do it again.
So when you can throw a pitch at 90, mid-90s, and get that kind of movement, that is just tough to deal with as a hitter, especially if you locate it even decently. And he threw the first one right past Marte, and he was on it. Good approach, good swing, and the ball just exploded past him.
Marte taking a long time to get back in the box. He was darting for first base when he made contact. 1-2 the count. Marte is ready. So's Horton. Now the pitch. Awkward swing and miss. Strike 3 as Horton fools Marte with a slider. Reds go down in order here in the top of the second. Middle 2, no score. Cubs and Reds on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Plumbing emergency? Plumbers 911.
Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans, 21 and older, the Budweiser bleachers will receive a Cubs corduroy cap presented by Budweiser. Be here for it. Here's Zach.
Judson, thank you. Willie Castro swings and misses at a fastball from Andrew Abbott to begin the last of the second. Cubs and Reds are scoreless. The next pitch is fouled back by Castro in the hole, 0-2. Castro, a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Abbott. Hitting at .245 this season with 10 home runs overall. In 4 games as a Cub, he's 4 for 16. Castro, a deadline acquisition from Minnesota. Here comes the 0-2. Abbott deals. And Castro looks at a ball up high. 1-2 the count.
You don't see a lot of those from Abbott, that up and in fastball, kind of like Shota likes to throw to the right-hander. He usually likes to fade this ball away.
Castro, a check swing, ground ball up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Lux. Sidearm throw to first to get a hustling Castro. 1 away.
And there it was. That was a little pitch in the outside corner once again. I'd say that was a curveball. From the action from here, it looked more like a changeup, but could have had more downward tilt than going across. And he's got the routine ground ball.
So 1 away, bottom 2, no score, Cubs and Reds. And the batter is Ian Happ, switch hitter. Batting from the right side. The pitch is just off the outside. 1-0. Reds wearing their traditional gray uniforms with red numerals and lettering on the front and back, outlined in white. The pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. The count with Happ at the plate. Two-tone caps for Cincinnati. Red with black bills. A white wishbone C on the front. Red socks for the Reds. Abbott on the mound wearing white and red shoes. And the pitch outside. 3-0. We mentioned the Cubs in their traditional home whites. The uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field, the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Now the 3-0. That's a called strike. Fastball, 3-1. Ian on the year hitting at .229. The pitch. Check swing at a pitch in the dirt. On appeal, no swing, says Scott Berry, the first base umpire. So that's a 1-out walk for Happ and the Cubs.
How good at bat for Ian and not chasing the breaking pitch on 3-1. That one pitch was down in the dirt. Ian, notoriously a very good eye at the plate.
So 1 on, 1 out for the Cubs. Coombe here in the bottom of the second. Dansby Swanson at the plate, right-handed batter. Abbott throws to first. Throw is high, but caught by the first baseman Steer as Happ dives in safely. Swanson on the year, hitting at .245. He's got 17 home runs. Abbott a long set, and now the pitch. Swanson swings, line drive, caught by a leaping Dela Cruz deep in the hole at short with the backhand. Nice play, 2 away.
He might be the only shortstop in the league that makes that play at 6'5" or 6'6". He goes up and snares this ball with, it's kind of that thing with the great wingspan. That had base hit written all over. I didn't even think he was going to make a play on it, to be honest with you. And he goes up and snares this line drive, and that's just kind of how things have been going right now for the Cubs offense.
Boy, you said it. Matt Shaw now at the plate. Here's the pitch. And Shaw looks at a ball low, 1-0. Curve that missed. Shaw hit a home run, a solo shot in last night's ball game. He's batting .289 over his last 15. And Shaw swings, hits a high fly ball, playable left center field. Friedel's under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Happ stranded on the bases. After 2, no score. Cubs and Reds on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
What else is going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
That's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back.
Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch. You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
Or if you swap a jersey, one of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so nice. I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey.
Ellie's been fun to watch. Yeah, Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack. Someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Top of the third inning, scoreless at Wrigley Field with our 1:20 start today. 81 degrees on a sunny day. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Zach?
Thank you very much, Judson. Jake Fraley at the plate, and he chops one foul off to the right from Cade Horton to begin the top of the third. 0-1 the count. Cubs and Reds are scoreless. Dan Isonia is the home plate umpire today, the crew chief. And the pitch. Outside to Fraley, 1-1. Scott Berry at first. C.B. Buckner manning second base, and Adam Beck is the third base umpire today. Now the 1-1. Fraley pulls it foul off the netting right on top of the dugout along the first base line.
Our reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
1-2 the count.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Horton facing home plate. Acknowledges the sign from Kelly. Now he whirls and deals the 1-2. Fraley swings and pops it up on the infield right side. Horner makes the catch on the dirt for out number one as Fraley is retired.
He's going to need some new lumber. That one did not die a hero. That one just died. You could hear the crack all the way up here.
So here comes the number 9 hitter, Key Brian Hayes, the Reds' third baseman, right-handed batter. Horton works his motion. First pitch, called strike, sinking fastball right along the inside edge. Now the 0-1 by Cade. Another called strike, fastball, bottom of the zone, 0-2.
Now we were talking at the start of the broadcast, if he gets on a roll with that fastball, throwing strikes and good quality strikes, he's tough to hit. He's been tough to hit.
And the 0-2. Chopped off to the right, foul. So count remains 0-2.
And all fastballs so far to Hayes. See if he spins one down and away. See if we can get the strikeout.
The wind and pitch. Popped up. Shallow right. Justin Turner in foul territory behind the bag makes the catch. 2 away.
Way to get the punch out, but he executed a perfect breaking ball down and away. And all Hayes could do is just flick at it and just pop up a routine out to Turner at first. So another excellent sequence of pitches by Horton.
So 2 down, top 3, no score, Cubs and Reds, and the batter is T.J. Friedel. He was caught looking to lead off the game. Horton deals, and Friedel looks at a ball low. Curve that missed, 1-0. Shaw playing wide of third, but on the edge of the infield grass. With Friedel at the plate, a left-handed hitter. The pitch. Friedel grounds one up the middle, fielded behind the bag by Swanson. Running throw to first in time. And just like that, the Reds go down 1-2-3 in the third. Middle 3, no score. Cubs and Reds on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty.
The beauty of this jersey is the field, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
.com. Here's Zach and Coombe.
Judson, thank you. Horner walked in the first. Andrew Abbott deals, and Nico looks at a ball low, a curveball that missed. 1-0 the count. Nico on the year hitting at .290. Wind blowing from right to left on a sunny day at the friendly confines. Horner swings and fouls it off the netting to the right. We mentioned at the start of the broadcast, it's no secret the Cubs have been struggling mightily offensively in this series. But Horner's one of the guys, at least lately, while the Cubs have scuffled, he's been fairly consistent. Coming in, hitting better than .300 over his last 7 games.
Yeah, and he's stayed right at that between .285 and .295, most of the year with a really good average with runners in scoring position, up in the high threes.
And he loops one down the right field line. It'll drop in for a base hit. Ball quickly retrieved by Marte to get it back into the infield and hold Nico to a single.
Oh, and that's just good hitting. Comes a time where sometimes, when you're playing in these games and things aren't going good, and you're seeing a pitcher on the mound like Abbott who really has a pattern on how he tries to get right-handers out. He's going to throw the fastball that fades away from the righty, the changeup that fades away. Talking about 70% of his pitches going one direction to one location.
Throw to first, and Nico just able to slide in safely ahead of the tag by Steer.
That was close. I think he got Nico hopping off the bag and almost picked him off. But back to the point of Nico understanding where he's going to get pitched and dumps one in the right field.
All right, so Justin Turner at the plate. He flied out his first time up. Nico dancing off the first base bag. Abbott deals high and outside to Turner, 1-0. Turner is hitting .292 this season against left-handers. So Michael Busch getting the day off. And Turner, the first baseman, the pitch outside.
And I think right now for Craig Counsell, that's why you're seeing the change in the lineup. Is you got to get guys that are going to try to get some hits. I'm actually kind of surprised Counsell hasn't had guys running. See if Nico takes off from first.
He's not going. The pitch to Turner is in there for a strike. A cutter right at the top of the zone. 2-1 on Turner.
Because you really, you got to at some point try to do something to start manufacturing some runs. And if that means running, is that hit and run, bunt, a lot of different things you can do.
Throw to first. Horner gets back standing up. That's 2 throws over. Big hole on the right side of the infield. The defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. And the 2-1. That one misses high. 3-1 the count.
Abbott wanted that pitch. Pitch was a strike right at the top of the zone, but Turner with a big kind of flinch and not swing. A lot of times that'll distract the umpire just enough and he won't call that pitch.
The 3-1 delivery. Turner dribbles it foul off to the left. Full count.
Now let's see if Nico gets in motion. I would think with the way his leadoff is and how big a lead he's taking, he wants to try to steal second. He doesn't quite have the move yet of Abbott.
He goes, the pitch, a bouncing ball on the right side, through into right center field for a base hit. Horner on his way to third base, being held up there, but the Cubs in business. Back-to-back singles by Horner and now Turner, and the Cubs have men at the corners with no one out here in the third, and Seiya Suzuki due up.
Situational baseball and understanding what's going to happen and how to execute it. You've got a guy that can run. Nico dumps the ball in the right, understanding how they're going to pitch him, takes advantage. You work the count to 3-2. You get a veteran hitter. He's not trying to do too much. He knows that the right side is going to get vacated when Nico takes off, and he just rolls a ground ball the other way. That's baseball right there. That's good baseball. Now you need to pay it off with a big swing of the bat from Suzuki.
Reds pitching coach Derek Johnson on the mound having a conversation with Abbott and first baseman Spencer Steer. And now the home plate umpire Dan Isonia breaks up the meeting. Cubs threatening in a scoreless game here in the last of the third. Cubs have men at the corners with no one out. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. He singled his first time up. Suzuki with 26 home runs, 82 RBIs. Powerful right-handed hitter. The pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Horner is at third. Turner at first. Suzuki at the plate. The left-hander Abbott on the mound. And now the pitch. Up high, 2-0. He missed with a cutter.
Now I would guess. Now he hit a changeup that faded away. They might come in with the cutter, but Abbott likes to fade the ball away. Yeah, there it is.
So Seiya looks at a strike, a curveball.
He likes to pitch in the outer half to the right-handed hitters. He has to work to get that ball inside to the righty.
Seiya waits. Here's the 2-1. High and tight, 3 balls and a strike. That was a fastball from Abbott.
Yeah, but no command, right? That's where it's difficult for him. He does not have great command of that fastball going in. See if Seiya should get a good pitch to hit here on 3-1.
Here comes the pitch. Seiya fouls it back. There's a curveball on the outside like you've talked about. Full count.
So far for Abbott, he's had command of the pitch on that side of the plate. To the righties, he has not had good command at all of the pitch inside to the right-handed hitter.
Now the payoff pitch. Seiya swings, lines one into the power alley in left, and a sliding catch made by the left fielder Fraley. But it'll bring home a run as Horner tags and comes in to score. Cubs strike first. A 1-0 lead over Cincinnati on a sacrifice fly by Seiya Suzuki.
Good at bat for Seiya. He didn't try to do too much. Got another pitch floating away from him and goes out and gets this ball elevated to left. Team speed, that's the one thing this Cincinnati team has like the Cubs. Bradley makes a nice play in a gap in left center field.
Carson Kelly now stands in. The pitch, a big rip and a miss at a changeup, 0-1.
I thought when that ball first left Seiya's bat, that was going to be extra bases. I think a lot of teams have thought that playing against the Cubs too. With Cubs team speed, they cover the gaps.
Now last pitch, high and outside from Abbott to Kelly, so the count 1-1. Cubs playing good situational baseball here in the bottom of the third inning. They lead the Reds 1-0. Here's the pitch. Kelly fouls it back, 1-2. Turner at first base, 1 down. Wind blowing from right to left at the moment. From our vantage point here in the home radio broadcast booth at Wrigley, not a cloud in the sky. And the pitch. Kelly dribbles one in front of home plate. Stevenson, the catcher, picks it up and fires a strike to first to get Kelly 2 away. Turner moves to second on the play.
Now once again, it's that outside corner. He just peppers it. He throws the little cutter or curveball, slider, whichever he prefers, away to come back to the outside corner, and then he'll start the ball on the plate somewhat and fade it off the plate. But that is his spot to pitch.
Now Pete Crow Armstrong stands in with Turner at second. The pitch, swing and a miss. And a slow-moving breaking ball off the outside, 0-1. The RBI by Suzuki. A reminder that RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. The 0-1. Crow Armstrong hits a high fly ball, left center field. Fraley's under it and makes the catch short of the track for out number 3. Turner stranded at second, but the Cubs get on the board. They lead the Reds 1-0 after 3.
Great.
Top of the 4th inning we go. Cubs lead the Reds by a score of 1-0. There is one NL Central game happening now. Pirates lead the Giants 2-2 in the 8th inning of play. Our out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Here's Zach.
Judson, thank you. Spencer Steer looks at a ball low. 1-0 the count. As we begin the top half of the 4th inning, Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Reds. We'll get you a station identification as soon as time permits. Here's the pitch. Dribbled foul off to the right. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
All the Cubs talk you can handle on the Spiegel and Holmes Show. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 670 The Score. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago on Odyssey Sports Station.
Top 4, Cubs 1, Reds nothing. Here's the 1-1 to Steer. Called strike. Fastball, top of the zone, right along the inside edge at 95 miles per hour from Cade Horton. He's been locked in with the command today. And now the 1-2 by Horton. Fouled off the netting to the right by Steer. So the count remains 1-2. Guys, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Horton is ready. Here comes the pitch. Steer bounces one, foul off to the left. 1-2. I guess I'll get things started in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game today. I'm going to go 38,000 on the dot.
Okay. Well, it's been amazing. You know, in the middle of the week and early in the week, the crowds we've had here at Wrigley.
Line drive into the stands, foul on the left side.
Right at 40,000 every night, and every day. So you said
38,000.
38,000? 37.5.
All right. Horton kicks and fires. Steer pulls it into the stands, foul off to the left. Way out in front of a curveball, 1-2.
Now, if we were playing cricket, he'd be dynamite right now.
I did not realize how often you watch cricket to be able to get that specific.
No, I just know that you can hit it in any direction. That's the best I got.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Horton gets Steer with a fastball low and outside. One away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is boom.
Excellent pitch right in the outside corner after Steer, staying on some of those pitches inside and hooking them way foul. That's the spot. If you can go down and away and execute the pitch, you're going to either get a punch out or a real routine out. And Horton got the punch out.
Ellie De La Cruz at the plate. He swings, and it's a towering fly ball, shallow center. Crow Armstrong comes in and makes the catch. 2 away.
Now, this game's not over yet. We're only in the 4th, but De La Cruz is probably like, I'm ready to get out of Wrigley Field. It's not been a good series. Their team has done very well. But for a guy that's, one of the stars in the league and great numbers, he has had a struggle so far in this series.
Now the batter, Austin Hayes, with 2 down, and the pitch called strike. Sinking fastball on the inside edge.
I'll say this about De La Cruz. How about the plays he has made at shortstop, though? He may not have made a big impact in the game with his bat, but he certainly has with his glove.
Hayes hits one to deep left center field. It bangs off the top of the wall and takes an awkward bounce into center field. Fielded by Pete Crow Armstrong, who quickly gets it back into the infield. But Hayes has a stand-up double with 2 away here in the 4th.
Now Ian goes back right to the ivy trying to catch this ball. He can't get to it. It hits the very top of the wall and then bangs off Ian. And I think off his neck. And then ricochets back towards center field, but on the warning track. Pete Crow Armstrong has to go chase this ball down and gets it in. And that one probably didn't feel too good off the back of Ian's neck after it hit the wall.
Can't imagine. The crowd moaned as they saw the replay. Gavin Lux at the plate. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it out of play. Off to the left second deck. And those are some hard bricks behind the ivy. So when that thing ricochets off the wall, it's coming in hot. Here's the 0-1. Lux lines it foul off the netting to the left. All right, let's get the guesses from the back row here in the broadcast booth. Judson, what do you got?
I'm going to go 38-8s. 888 across the board.
And our engineer today is the very talented Rich Wyatt, helping us blast the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. Richie, what's your guess?
Rich is going to climb the ladder. He's going 39-5.
All right, so the guesses are in. Good luck, men, in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Man at second, 2 away. Here's the 0-2 to Lux. Called, strike 3. Got him with a fastball right at the top of the zone on the outside edge. Lux not happy with the call, having a conversation with Dan Isonia. But Horton once again works out of the jam. Man stranded at second base. Middle 4. Cubs 1, Reds nothing on the score.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
The Revs 1-0. Let's take a look at the league leaders. Cal Raleigh of the Mariners, most home runs of the Bigs with 42 of them. Although Kyle Schwarber is close. Schwarber has 40 home runs for the Phillies. He leads baseball with 94 RBIs. Your ERA leader, no surprise, Pirates' Paul Skeens with that 2.02 ERA. League leader, sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Zach?
Judson, thank you. 1-0 Cubs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Willie Castro at the plate and looks at a strike from Andrew Abbott. A slow-moving breaking ball on the outside edge. 0-1. Castro, a switch hitter, batting from the right side, hits out of a crouch, rocks the bat back and forth above the right shoulder. Abbott deals, a bouncing ball hit to short, fielded between the legs by De La Cruz. Rifles a throw to first in time to get Castro. 1 away.
Now once again, pretty good little backdoor. That was, I believe, backdoor curveball to the outside corner, and you get that little rollover ground ball right to De La Cruz.
So here comes Ian Happ, who walked in the second. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Bit of a closed stance. The pitch. Tap foul at the plate. 0-1. Seiya Suzuki with a sacrifice fly in the third to give the Cubs the lead. Wind blowing from right to left at the friendly confines. That's the way it's been since the start. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, if you're Cubs hitters, right-handed guys, you're going to have to. You may get a pitch in the middle of the plate or inner half on a mistake, but Abbott hasn't made a lot of mistakes. That's why he's 8-1 with a 2 ERA. You're going to have to use the other side of the field.
Happ goes to right, hits a towering pop fly, angling toward the line. Marte makes the catch with the glasses glistening in the sun. 2 away.
Ian did a pretty good job, but swing broke down just a little, and it's just a perfect pitch. It's just very difficult to do anything with that pitch, especially if you don't have your ace swing going at that ball. That pitch is just a couple inches off the plate away.
Dansby Swanson will dig in with 2 away here in the last of the fourth. Cubs 1, Reds nothing. Swanson lined out to short his first time up, and the pitch. Ground ball hit to short, roaming to his left. De La Cruz, sidearm throw to first, and just like that, the Cubs go down in order here in the fourth. We head to the fifth. Cubs 1, Reds nothing. The fourth inning was sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card, member FDIC, EHL lender. This is the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs were.
America. James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
On Saturday, August 16th, the Cubs take on the Pirates at 1:20 p.m. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans, 21 and older, will receive a Cubs Cowboy hat presented by Jim Beam. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. Here's Zach.
I had a man offer me $100 to my charity of choice if I wear that Cowboy hat in the booth the entire day when they give it away on August 16th. Matt Shaw grounds one to second to begin the last of the fifth. It's fielded by Lux. His throw to first in time. 1 away. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Reds.
You obviously agreed to do so?
Just wear the Cowboy hat?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else. I'll do it.
How tough is that?
I mean, it's kind of hard to put the headphones over the Cowboy hat, but we'll find a way. For charity, we'll do a lot. Nico Horner stands in with 1 down here in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. And I think it's a pretty cool gift, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of New Yorkers wear Cowboy hats.
How many in Chicago?
Maybe when Garth Brooks is playing there, but that's about it.
There you go. Here's the 1-0. It's a called strike, fastball, top of the zone, right along the inside edge, 1-1 on Nico. Not saying it would look good on me. I'm just saying that, well, it might. You never know. Never tried it. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Sounds like you're doing a lot of convincing of yourself.
Well, they'd certainly match your Spurs.
And the Chaps, yeah.
That's quite a uniform description. 1-2 the count.
So how would you do that? They're not quite trousers, but, yeah.
Here's the 1-2. And a pop fly, shallow center, going back. Lux, the second baseman, makes the catch. Horner's retired, 2 away. I can honestly say, when it comes to that kind of fashion, I'm definitely not anyone that's worn a Cowboy hat, Spurs, or anything the Cowboys wear.
I have had Cowboy boots years ago, long time ago. I probably owned a Cowboy hat or two, like as a gift where you got, we were doing something. I played in Nashville, so I think that was part of that time.
Right, fair enough. Justin Turner looks at the ball in the dirt, 1-0.
But kind of like the New York thing, south side of Chicago is not Cowboy hat central.
Yeah, I know your buddies. They'd give you the business if they saw you walking around with a Cowboy hat. Here's the 1-0. And a pop fly down the right field line, ranging over Marte near the sidewall. And he's able to make the catch as he collides with the wall. That's a tough play by Marte. Cubs go down in order here in the 5th. We head to inning number 6. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over Cincinnati on the Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi and Harris, middays, 10 a.m. to...
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
Oh no, stay on your feet! No! I thought he was going to stay on his feet. Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget. And that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
.com/RR terms.
Hey Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. It's shaping up to be an historic season. To start making history with your business in Bedford Park, visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. 1-0 Cubs over the Reds here in the top half of the 6th inning. Key Brian Hayes at the plate for Cincinnati. Right-hander Cade Horton deals, and Hayes fouls it back. 0-1. Horton's been locked in. He's given up just one hit today, a double off the wall in left center by Austin Hayes in the 4th. Horton kicks and delivers. Called strike on the outside corner. Another fastball from Horton. 0-2 on Hayes. Horton whirls and deals. A bouncing ball hit to short. Fielded on a high hop by Swanson. The throw across in time. Hayes retired. One away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. And Cade has been lights out so far. He's been able to mix in that fastball to both sides of the plate. Throwing it up in the zone to some, and excellent breaking stuff.
TJ Friedl grounds one on the right side past a diving Horner in a right field for a base hit. Nico was ranging to his left. He was on the edge of the outfield grass. And the ball just out of his reach.
I would bet Nico was probably frustrated with himself. You don't really see it body language-wise, but he took the right route to this ball, and then I thought he felt like he had it, and then the ball hit the last hop and just kind of shot past him as he was kind of falling, kind of an in-between fall and dive to the ground because of the way the ball was hit. Tough play for Nico.
Spencer Steer fouls one away off to the right, 0-1. Yeah, you could tell by his reaction he slammed the grass after the ball skipped by him.
He had a great break and he had the right route. You know, he took the right angle to that ball, but just didn't quite get there.
1-on-1 out for Cincinnati here in the 6th. The pitch, 9 outside to Steer. 1-1. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Reds. Seiya Suzuki with a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Friedl with excellent speed at first base, being held on by Turner. Friedl with 10 stolen bases this year. The 1-1. Fouled away again off to the right by Steer, 1-2. Steer had a big game last night. 2 hits, 4 RBIs, including the go-ahead 3-run home run in the 7th inning.
Yeah, that was a crushing shot. Game was very close, and he hit the 3-run homer, and that just kind of broke the game open.
Cubs ended up losing the game 5-1. Horton's ready, the pitch. Steer loops one foul out of play off to the right, behind the Reds dugout along the first base line. So the count remains 1-2. A reminder that all opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Throw to first, diving back in safely, Friedl.
I would think, as well as Horton is throwing, he's at 66 pitches, that throw over, I would think Terry Francona would try to get Friedl in motion.
A long set. Friedl doesn't go. The pitch, high fly ball, shallow right, racing back, corner, giving way to Castro, and Castro makes a forward diving catch for the out. 2 away.
That's one of those plays where, Castro's the new guy here for the Cubs and playing all the positions. So, the guys are going to have to get used to him and him used to the players around him. And, speed kills sometimes, and you're able to just outrun the play even though you have a little confusion, but an excellent play. And that'll be the end of the day here now for Cade Horton.
And listen to the ovation from the crowd here at Wrigley Field for the rookie right-hander Cade Horton as he heads back to the Cubs dugout along the first base line. Another terrific outing for Horton. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. The veteran left.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans, and while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table, and once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held on to the ball.
Reds have a man at first and TJ Friedl. Ellie De La Cruz at the plate and the pitch. Outside for ball 1. De La Cruz, a switch hitter, now batting from the right side against the lefty Pomerantz, who takes over for Cade Horton. Pomerantz 2-1, 37 games with the Cubs, a 1.99 ERA. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Fastball clocked at 93 miles per hour. De La Cruz is 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a flyout. Powerful right-handed batter. When he hits from that side, throw to first. Getting back, standing up, Friedl. De La Cruz with 19 home runs this season. He's hitting at .278, 73 RBIs. Open stance from the right side. Hits out of a crouch. And the pitch. Called strike. Another fastball.
Pomerantz has absolutely painted the outside corner with 2 pitches in a row.
That one was at the top of the zone. So 1-2 the count. Friedl extends his lead off the first base bag, being held on by Turner. Pomerantz steals. De La Cruz, awkward swing and miss. Strike 3. Got him with a knuckle curve. Friedl stranded at first base. Pomerantz does the job. Middle 6. Cubs 1, Reds nothing. On the Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and
You like to play it cool, Libra, but you can see the postseason on the horizon and you're hoping to play late into October. You're in the second half of the season, so give it all you've got when you're on the diamond. Expressing to your teammates how badly you want to make it to the postseason will invigorate the whole team and get everyone firing on all cylinders.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Seiya Suzuki's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Bottom six, Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Reds. Seiya waits for the Andrew Abbott delivery, and it's low for ball one. Suzuki responsible for the score, a sacrifice fly in the third inning to put the Cubs ahead. The next pitch is pop foul out of play off to the right by Seiya, 1-1.
And let's see what's on tap here in the sixth inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation light beer. And Seiya, as you said, a line drive bullet in a gap in left center. Caught by Fraley, a kind of a diving catch, and that's the only run for the Cubs. Hits and runs been tough to come by all series long, and today the same thing. 5 hits in total in the game, Cubs with 3, Cincinnati with 2.
That last pitch, called strike on the inside edge. The next pitch is drilled deep left, racing back. Fraley, he looks up. It's in the basket for a home run. Right in the well. Seiya Suzuki extends the lead. It's now 2-0 Cubs here in the sixth. For Seiya, that's his 27th home run of the year.
All 3 balls that Seiya has put in play today. The single was a changeup away. Sacrifice fly. Pitch away. He hooked to left center. This pitch away. And he smokes this ball into the well, right into the basket. Just clears the basket off the video board and left a line drive bullet. And Seiya 2, Reds nothing.
A 379-foot laser to left by Seiya. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength that's anything but ordinary. Carson Kelly looks at a fastball outside. 1-0 the count. The next pitch by Abbott is fouled back off the screen. And when I say a laser, I mean it. Exit velocity 110 miles per hour off the bat of Suzuki. An extremely hard hit ball. 2-0 Cubs here with no one out in the last of the sixth. Abbott deals. Kelly takes a strike right at the bottom of the zone, a fastball. He did not like the call from the home plate umpire, Dan Isonia.
Kelly thought that ball was down. When he sees this pitch again, and when he gets back into the dugout, he's going to be upset he didn't swing. Pitch right at the knees, but right down the middle.
So 1-2 the count, the pitch. Just missed off the outside, bottom of the zone, 2-2. A cutter from Abbott.
Dan Iasonia, very good umpire, very good guy. He has good rapport with all the players, so you don't see a lot of, guys will ask questions, but you don't see a lot of jawing with Iasonia.
The 2-2. Fouled away off to the right. So you think once Kelly sees that on the little tablet that they have in the dugout,
yep,
that when he gets back and is catching, behind the plate. It'll say something to, "I Sonia, my bad," something like that.
I would just say, no, you had it right. I was wrong. As simple as that.
The 2-2.
Yep.
Looped in the shallow left field. It drops in for a base hit right over the head of De La Cruz. A single for Kelly.
Through the years, I had a lot of umpires, ask me, if you question a call or something happened, go take a look at it and come out and tell me what you saw. Because then they're going to do that after the game. You know what I mean? So, a lot of the umpires would do that. Or some of them would. I don't know about a lot, but some of them would. And, you can get dialogue. Because then if you're honest with them and they know you're not just yelling to yell, there's good dialogue. And they want to get the call right. That's the other thing, too, that 90, a massive percentage of it, they just want to get the call right.
Pete Crow Armstrong looks at a slider on the outside edge for strike, 0-1. Kelly at first, being held on by Steer. PCA waits for the 0-1. A long set by Abbott, and the pitch. Popped up. Shallow left, drifting back the shortstop, De La Cruz, giving way to Fraley, and it's the left fielder who makes the catch. Crow Armstrong's retired. One away. Seiya Suzuki leading off this frame with a solo shot into the basket in the well in left. 2-0 Cubs. RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old.
And now in our monitor, I just saw a picture of the Cubs giveaway on August 16th, the Jim Beam cowboy hat. Oh, that's got you written all over it.
Willie Castro looks at a changeup for a strike, 0-1.
Wow.
Giddy up.
Hello. I can't wait for the 16th now. This road trip's got to go quick.
Here comes the 0-1 to Castro, and he pops it foul out of play off to the right. It's for charity, so I will definitely wear the cowboy hat.
Can I ask who offered the money? Was it a fan or like a friend? Or
it was not a friend.
Oh, it was a fan.
Yeah, it was a fan.
Okay,
a listener.
Social media type thing.
That's the magic of social media.
All right.
You can
as long
find
as
out
it's not going in your pocket, I'll throw in. I'll donate.
Oh, will you?
And I'll do the same thing, and I'll even vouch for Mr. Hughes. He'll do it too.
Called strike 3. Castro frozen by a fastball, belt high right along the inside edge, a borderline pitch, 2 away. Well, that's very magnanimous of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I can give away Pat's money with the best of them.
I mean, I think I can handle a cowboy hat. I think.
Yeah, when we get to the ballpark, we do the manager's show and all that, and go down there with the cowboy hat on. I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it'll definitely make for a spicy interview as Ian Happ looks at a ball low, 1-0.
Spicy's one way of putting it.
Yeah. Colorful, whatever you want to say.
Sure. Yeah.
Craig Counsell's he's not gonna sit there quietly if I'm wearing a cowboy hat in the meeting.
None of us will.
Pop fly, shallow left center. Fraley's under it and makes the catch. Happ's retired. Kelly stranded on the bases. That ends the 6th inning, but not before the Cubs add to their lead on the home run by Suzuki. 2-0 Cubs as we head to the 7th on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago.
Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Reds. Seiya Suzuki with a home run and a sacrifice fly today for the Cubs. New man on the mound for the Cubs. Veteran right-hander Andrew Kittredge takes over. Austin Hayes, the DH at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. And the first pitch is a called strike right along the inside edge. A fastball at 96 miles per hour from Kittredge. who took the loss in last night's ball game. Here's the 0-1. A big swing and a foul at the plate, and that one took a bite out of the batter, Austin Hayes. He's hopping around along the first baseline. 0-2. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Cade Horton with a fantastic outing once again, going 5 2/3 today. No runs allowed, 2 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Kittredge deals. Hayes swings and misses. A slider off the outside, strike 3. 1 away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. So, Kuhn, that's 4 straight scoreless appearances now for Horton, and he's got a consecutive scoreless inning streak of 23 1/3. It's the longest active streak by a starter in the majors.
And it goes back to we were talking about in today's ball game too, is command of that fastball. And today I think he was in the high 80s with strikes thrown percentage-wise. And when you get that kind of stuff and you got movement on your heater in the mid to high 90s, you're going to need a lot of outs, and he just dominated today's ball game. A great performance and performances by Horton.
Meantime, Gavin Lux has looked at a couple of strikes from Kittredge, the right-hander. He's in the hole 0-2 with 1 down here in the 7th. The pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 3, as Kittredge gets Lux with a slider, 2 away.
A good little breaking ball down and in. Bottom drops out of this one for strike 3.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. So 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Cubs 2, Reds nothing. Tyler Stevenson at the plate, right-handed batter. Kittredge delivers, and Stevenson takes a strike right along the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. A fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour.
The thing with Kittredge is the ball goes either way. He's got great velocity and movement. It goes one way or the other, and he likes to pitch down.
Stevenson swings and misses. Another fastball on the inside edge near the bottom of the zone, 0-2.
Back-to-back sinkers, 2 really good pitches. Now you got a chance to spin one and try to get the punch out.
Kittredge, the bearded right-hander, peers in. Acknowledges the sign from Kelly. The kick and pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a slider off the outside. Kittredge strikes out the side here in the top half of the 7th inning. Time to stretch. The 7th inning stretch is sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Here is SportsCenter anchor Nicole Briscoe conducting the stretch this afternoon at the friendly confines.
SportsCenter anchor Nicole Briscoe.
Hello, Chicago! Woo! My voice is terrible, but we know how this goes. We do it together. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, or it's root for the. If they don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go, Cubbies!
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
From the warehouse to the work site. Join Great Lakes Credit Union's mission of banking for a greater good. As a nonprofit financial institution, Great Lakes Credit Union invests in local communities while offering the services of big banks. Learn more at glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Well, the seventh inning at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Reds. Dansby Swanson will lead things off for the Cubs. How about Andrew Kittredge? He had an immaculate top of the seventh. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 outs. What a performance after the loss yesterday. Dansby Swanson looks at a ball low from Andrew Abbott. 1-0 the count. Seiya Suzuki with a sacrifice fly in the third and a solo shot in the sixth. That's the scoring for the Cubs today as they're trying to avoid a sweep by Cincinnati here at Wrigley. 1-0 the count. Swanson waits. Abbott deals. Called strike on the outside corner. A fastball. That looked like it was off the outside for a ball. Swanson turns around and has a brief conversation with Dan Isonia. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That's low. 2-1. This date in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The 2-1. Swanson, it's a high fly ball, deep left field. Fraley going back, looks up, it's gone! Dansby Swanson leaves the yard, and the Cubs now up 3-0 over the Reds here in the seventh. For Swanson, that's his 18th home run. A 382-foot drive to left field for Dansby Swanson. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength that's anything but ordinary. Just above the auxiliary video board in straight left here at the friendly confines. 3-0 Cubs with no one out here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Now the batter, Matt Shaw. Abbott whirls and deals, and Shaw looks at a ball low. 1-0 the count. The RBI by Swanson, or a reminder that RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Here's the 1-0. Pulled foul over the roof, off to the left by Shaw. 1-1. So this date in baseball history, August 6th, 1890, Cy Young debuted for the Cleveland Spiders and pitched a solid 3-hit victory over the Chicago Colts at League Park. The pitch to Shaw is in there for a strike. Curveball over, 1-2. So maybe the bats are going to get going now. Here's the 1-2 to Shaw. Fouls it back off the screen. Couple of home runs on the day for the Cubs. One by Suzuki, another one here in this seventh by Dansby. 3-0 Cubs, with no one out here in the seventh.
Well, as you know, just like struggling in offense gets contagious and everybody starts grinding a little bit too much, good offense can get contagious too and take off. And we've seen that this year. It's just at this moment in time, the Cubs offense has had its struggles, and Milwaukee has been as hot as any team, hotter than any team in baseball. So that's where, you see it gets tough.
Now the 1-2. Shaw lunges at a pitch off the outside and fouls it out of play off to the right. To give you an example, since June 19th, the Cubs are 20-20. They were up by 6.5 games in the Central. Now they trail by 4. During that time, since June 19th, Milwaukee has won 30 of 39 games.
Yeah.
The pitch, swing and a miss by Shaw, strike 3, as Abbott gets him with a curveball, 1 away.
And, that's how it's happened in history. And unfortunately for the Cubs, they've had some of that history, and it's been some bad, right? Where in the 60s, as you know, you grew up a Mets fan in New York. The New York Mets in '69 had a great end to the season as Nico swings and misses at that breaking ball. The Cubs, talked about how they lost the pennant and they struggled. No, the Mets really played great baseball, and the Cubs were around 500. And that's what happens sometimes. So hopefully the Cubs will get back on track offensively, and when they do, they can rattle off, win after win after win.
The 0-1 foul back off the screen by Horner in the hole 0-2. So I mentioned it earlier, in the top half of the 7th inning, Andrew Kittredge had an immaculate inning. 9 pitches to get out of the frame. Here's the 0-2. Fouled out of play off to the right by Nico. I think the last Cub to do that was Hayden Wisniewski back in the day. But, you talk about the difference between last night and tonight for Kittredge. Wow. Here's the 0-2. Horner fouls it back.
Well, I think yesterday, I did not get to ask Tommy Hotovy this, or Kittredge, but I think he got a little slider happy. He had a good one, and he was throwing a bunch of them and then made a mistake with one. And that one stayed in the middle, and that's the ball that Steer hit out of the ballpark.
The 0-2. Horner pops it foul again out of play off to the right, second deck. Someone made a nice catch,
young guy with this young guy, probably 10 or 11, pulled his hat off and caught the ball in his hat.
Nice
There's
play.
catch of the game. There, we've got our friends from Des Moines talking to us all day.
Nico hits a high fly ball, the shallow center coming in. Friedel makes the catch, 2 away. Go ahead, do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Catch of the game sponsored by Catch Des Moines. The Iowa State Fair is back, and Rich, you are going August 7th to the 17th. Come home to the Fair Sweet Fair. Visit the iowastatefair.org. Rich, we're going to send you there. We get all kinds of stuff here today, too, from the group in Iowa. Very nice of them to send us stuff from the fair. No steak to Burgos, though, Rich. Did we get steak to Burgos? No, he says. A little disappointing, but that's okay. It's a little tough to send a cooked steak. A little disappointing, but that's okay. It's a little tough to send a cooked steak from Iowa to Chicago.
Yeah. Justin Turner looks at a ball outside. The next pitch is outside again, so 2-0. It starts tomorrow. So
Yeah. We're off tomorrow, Zach. You could go.
We can do it.
Yeah. And then just go right down to St. Louis. You could make a a time of it.
We could.
And we could probably get you one of them cowboy hats, too. You'll be...
There's a lot of stuff you can pick up at the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah.
It's the food that I'm interested in. A lot of different...
The butter cow, right?
Butter cow.
Oh, yeah.
It's a work of art. Here's the 2-1. High fly ball hit to deep left. Fraley twisting. It's over his head and bounces off the wall. Turner chugging on his way to second base. Gets there standing up. 2-out double for Justin Turner. His second hit of the ball game.
Well, and it's nice to see the Cubs do some damage and string together some hits. And that's exactly what they're doing as Turner hits this ball right over Freely's head. Tough play for him as it short hops the ivy in the well. So very nice at bat for Turner. And that will bring out Terry Francona from the Reds dugout.
So the Reds are going to make a pitching change as Abbott leaves the game. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. 3-0 Cubs here in the last of the 7th.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
It is a 1933 Gaudí Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Right-hander Luis May, the new man on the mound for Cincinnati. 17 games this season, a 3.78 ERA. Turner at second base for the Cubs with 2 away here in the 7th. A 3-0 lead over Cincinnati. Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and Seiya looks at a 100-mile-per-hour fastball for a strike on the inside edge right at the bottom of the zone. May looks at second. That's where Turner is. No threat to go. And the pitch. Seiya, an awkward swing and miss at a slider. Bottom of the zone, just off the outside. Seiya in the hole 0-2. Suzuki with 2 hits and 2 RBIs today, including a solo shot. The 0-2. That's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. May peers in, acknowledges the sign from Stevenson, straightens up, looks at second, and deals. Low and outside, 2-2.
Seiya, the early hero of the ball game, and then the Cubs, have kind of come back here with another run here in the 7th, but 2 big swings by Seiya to give the Cubs the lead early in the game, and boy, did they need it.
And the 2-2. Hit in the air, down the right field line, slicing foul out of play. Did not have home run distance. Now, Seiya had the day off yesterday and came back today refreshed.
Fresh hands, that's what we joke about.
You can only wonder what Kyle Tucker, who's getting the day off today, is going to feel like, because Cubs have an off day tomorrow. So basically that's back-to-back off days for Tucker before the series in St. Louis on Friday. The pitch, Seiya dribbles it foul off to the left.
Well, and if this game can stay right where it's at for the Cubs, and you win, let's say you win the game 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, something like that, and you don't have to use Tuck, it really gives him a chance to have a down day mentally and physically. And just get 2 days in a row, as you said, and that'll really help a guy freshen up a little bit.
Seiya dribbles one up the first base line. It rolls foul. 2-2.
And at this time of the year, when you get 2 days off for a guy that's playing every single day, that's like getting a gold bar. I mean, it's just amazing and how much better you feel mentally and physically after a couple days off.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. 2-2 the count, 2 away, last of the 7th. Cubs up 3-0. Turner at second base. May looks at second. The right-hander sets at the belt. And the pitch. Low and outside. Suzuki has worked a full count.
Well, May's last one, that was a sinker at 101 miles an hour. So 2-seamer with a little bit of movement.
Suzuki waits. The payoff pitch. That one's in the dirt. Ball 4. And now the Cubs have a little 2-out rally going here. Turner at second base. Suzuki heads to first after the bases on balls. And the cleanup man, Carson Kelly, will dig in.
Boy, Cubs would love to see Kelly hit one in the gap, hit one out of here. Drive in another on a base hit would score a run. Just to keep adding on.
May deals inside to Kelly, 1-0. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Kelly waits for the 1-0. Here it comes. And a line drive hit to shallow left center. It drops in for a base hit. Around third, steaming home. Turner, here's the throw. Up line. Turner scores. RBI single. Carson Kelly. It's 4-0 Cubs over Cincinnati here in the 7th. Stopping at second base, Suzuki.
Well, a little soft line drive on this slider off the bat of Kelly. Catches it right off the end of the bat, but kind of loops this ball in the left. Fraley comes in, fields this ball, fires to the plate, but with 2 outs, Turner got a great break off second. There was no way you were going to throw him out. And the Cubs with their 4th run of the ball game. Big swing of the bat for Kelly.
Now PCA lines one down the left field line, and it slices foul out of play, 0-1. Cubs right in the meat of their orders. Presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com. Crowd chanting PCA, PCA. Here's the pitch. Lined off the netting, foul to the left. 0-2.
I'll say this, Pete's day, if you look at it, he's got a punch out and 2 fly ball outs. But it's been a productive 2, and the reason why I say that is he's hit 2 balls the other way in this game.
The 0-2, check swing and a pitch off the outside. No swing on appeal, 1-2.
Sometimes the hitter, when you're scuffling a little bit, it's small victories. You got to get climbing back into doing things the right way, and him hitting the ball the other way is a positive.
The pitch. That one's tapped foul at the plate. 1-2. Yeah, you're right. It's just that constant approach to doing things the right way.
Yeah, and just having small victories, right? Putting a good swing on the ball and hitting it the other way, or at least the ball going that way. Now at least the timing is getting better. Now just the bat path could be a little better, but you're going the right direction.
The 1-2. Called strike 3. Sinking fastball, belt high on the inside edge at 99 miles per hour. Bo Armstrong is retired. That ends the 7th, but not before the Cubs score twice. They're up 4-0.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Your fortune awaits only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Visit your local Toyota dealer and discover which Toyota is right for you. Hurry in now before it all ends. Toyota, let's go places.
Top of the 8th inning here in Chicago. Cubs up 4-0. This 8th inning sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877. Cars for Kids, that's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, Z.
Thank you very much, Coom. Brad Keller, hard-throwing right-hander, now on the mound for the Cubs. Starts off Noel V. Marte with a ball inside. The next pitch is a called strike. Fastball right down the middle at 96 miles per hour. Keller, high leg kick and pitch. A tapper up the middle, fielded in front of second by Horner. Running throw to first in time to get Marte. One away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
Good pitch by Keller in on the hands of Marte to get a little too hopper. Nico made that play look easy. It was not. But a good start to the inning for Keller.
Now Jake Fraley at the plate. He swings and misses. 98 mile per hour heater from Keller, 0-1. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Here's the 0-1. Fraley swings and misses again. That time a changeup from Keller. I say changeup, it was still clocked at 93 miles per hour.
Yeah, Keller's a big, strong dude, man. When you're around him in the clubhouse or on our team playing or down by the field, you know big guy and throws extremely hard.
The next pitch is bounced on the right side, fielded on the edge of the outfield, grasped by Horner. Foot throw to first in time, 2 away as Fraley is retired. The hardest working player of the game is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Some candidates today.
I think we got to go with Seiya Suzuki for the hardest working player. He, outstanding job, drove in 2 runs, home run and a sac fly, and getting the first run across the board for the Cubs was huge because of the struggling offense, and he's had a very nice day today. So Seiya will be our hardest working player of the game.
Good call. Keller works his motion and deals. Brian Hayes swings. A one-hopper. Oh, sliding stop to his left by Swanson. Throw to first in time. What a play by Dansby. And that ends the top half of the 8th inning. Middle 8, Cubs 4, Reds nothing. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Getting set for the last of the 8th here at Wrigley Field. It's the Cubs with a 4-0 lead over Cincinnati. The finale of a 3-game set. The Reds have a new man on the mound. Right-hander Yosver Zulueta is the new man. Pitching for Cincinnati. They'll face Willie Castro to lead off the 8th inning. Castro 0 for 3. Switch hitter now batting from the left side against the right-hander Zulueta. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com as Castro fouls the next pitch back. 1-1 the count. Time to see how we did with our guesses of the Vinnie's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance today, 37,648. Here's the 1-1. Castro bounces one on the right side. Fielded between the legs by Lux. His throw to first in time. 1 away as Castro is retired. So the actual attendance, 37,648. That means the Coom Dog, Ron Coomer, is the winner in the Vinnie's Beverage Depot attendance game today. Congratulations, my man.
A big day for me. I got a Butter Cow Iowa State Fair jersey, and I won the attendance game.
Oh, man.
I mean, this is a marquee day for me.
Ian Happ looks at a slider for a strike from Zulueta. 0-1. Zulueta deals, and that pitch is low, 1-1.
Just saying.
4-0 Cubs here with 1 down in the last of the 8th. And the pitch. A fly ball hit to deep left center field. This may go. It's gone! Ian Happ goes the other way. It's 5-0 Cubs. A solo shot by Happ. That's his 16th of the year.
Now, Cubs are due to have some quality at-bats up and down the lineup. You know, it hasn't been a barrage of runs scored, but, you know, you still love it that the Cubs put up some points. You know, they're going to end up possibly double digits in hits, and you see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel here as a good day on offense for the Cubs.
Now Dansby Swanson digs in. He homered his last time up. Zulueta deals, called strike. Sinking fastball at the bottom of the zone, 100 miles per hour. For Happ, a 363-foot drive the other way. The pitch. Low and outside, 1-1 with Swanson at the plate. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength. That's anything but ordinary. Swanson now with 18 home runs on the year. Here's the pitch. Pop fly, shallow center. Coming in, Friedel. Camping under it, makes the catch. 2 away. A reminder that all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. So Matt Shaw will dig in with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs with a 5-0 lead. Stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Coming up in the 9th inning with Ron Coomer. Righty-righty matchup. Zulueta delivers. As Shaw looks at a ball outside. A fastball that missed. 1-0. Shaw's 0 for 3 today. Right-handed batter, open stance, uses a toe tap. And he looks at a strike on the outside corner, a 98-mile-per-hour heater. 1-1. Stay tuned for the Verizon Cubs radio postgame show featuring Judson Richards. Right after us today, the pitch is low, 2-1. Daniel Palencia warming up in the Cubs bullpen. It's not a save situation, but the Cubs have an off day tomorrow. So an opportunity to get some usage. And the 2-1.
Ooh, that was a nasty slider.
That apparently missed up high.
No, it fooled everybody. It fooled Shaw, probably fooled Stevenson, and I know it got Sonia.
The next pitch is fouled at the plate. So the count 3-2. So what you're saying is that slider was a strike at the top of the zone.
Yeah.
Everyone missed it.
Everyone missed it. Yeah. It fooled everybody. It got everybody.
It happens.
Yeah. For Sonia, sometimes when a hitter flinches like that, you do. You lose focus on the pitch and you get distracted just for that split second. And then they don't call that a strike. And it happens. I've seen it, 1,000 times. And you understand if you've ever umpired behind home plate how that can happen sometimes. And Dan's had a nice game today. He's done a good job behind home plate. And both guys were very good and very different, which makes it difficult for the umpire. 2 different styles of start, for the starting pitchers, but he did a very nice job.
Shaw just gets a piece of a 99-mile-per-hour fastball and fouls it at the plate. Not sure if that took a bite out of the catcher, Stevenson.
I think it got Stevenson, yep.
And so Dan Isonia, the home plate umpire, walks in front of the plate and personally throws the baseball to the pitcher, May, to give Stevenson an opportunity to collect himself. Now we're ready for the resumption of play. 3-2 the count with Shaw at the plate and 2 away here in the 8th. The pitch. And a ground ball through in a left field for a base hit past the diving Hayes at third.
Now Shaw punches in for the ball game, and I love to see that. He's had, he's 0 for 3 going in, but continue to grind, right? He's had a couple swings that haven't worked out for him, and now this one he keeps, even though he kind of gets out in front, keeps his head on this ball and just shoots it through the left side.
All right, so Nico Horner will stand in, 2 away, last of the 8th. Shaw at first, Cubs with a 5-0 lead. And the pitch. That one gets past the catcher Stevenson, and moving to second is Shaw.
Stevenson, he's having a rough inning. He got a major foul tip, and then this a fastball that bounces right in behind home plate and explodes when it hits the ground. Gets a piece out of him again and goes to the backstop.
So a wild pitch by Zulueta. The next pitch, Horner fouls it away. Second deck off to the right. 1-1 the count. Stream every out-of-market game, live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Shaw at second, 2 down. The 1-1 is a called strike. Front door slider that apparently clipped the edge of the plate on the inside for a strike. 1-2 on Nico. Zulueta sets at the belt, kicks and delivers. Pitch low and outside, a check swing on appeal, no swing, says Scott Berry, the first base umpire. So it's 2-2 on Nico. Michael Busch is on deck for the Cubs. It's Justin Turner's spot in the order, but the right-hander Zulueta on the mound. Busch is in the on-deck circle as Nico fouls one back off the screen. 2-2. Turner with a big day for the Cubs.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 hits.
Single, double, scored a run. Greg Counsell playing around a little bit with the lineup because of the offense struggles, trying to shift things around a little bit. It's worked out.
The 2-2. This one is looped over the head of Hayes into left field for a base hit. Shaw around third. He scores as the throw goes to second. RBI single, Nico Horner. It's now 6-0 Cubs over the Reds in the 8th.
Well, there have been days here lately where nothing has gone right for the Cubs on offense. Today, they're getting all the breaks. This is a check swing. Nico wants to hold up. The ball hits him right in the barrel of the bat and goes right over to third baseman Hayes' head in the left field to drive in the 6th run for the Cubs. And Stevenson going to the mound, just telling his young pitcher, sometimes you're getting bad breaks, and that was one of them.
So Michael Busch will stand in, pinch hitting for Justin Turner here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2 away, 6-0 Cubs. The pitch, big rip and a miss by Busch. And a slider from Zulueta, 0-1. Seiya Suzuki on deck. The pitch. Busch looks at a ball low, a check swing on appeal. No swing, says Adam Beck, the third base umpire. The count is 1-1. Seiya with a big game today. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, including a home run. He's the Cubs' designated hitter, and designated hitters for the Cubs are sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. The pitch to Busch is a pop fly to left. Fraley drifting back, he's under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. Book now, burn later, and skip the rush. Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Cubs scored 2 more here in the...
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
5-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pronto.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Daniel Palencia on the mound to begin the 9th inning for the Cubs. They've got a 6-0 lead over Cincinnati. A finale of this 3-game set. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Harding Building Products. Siding with the Cubs. It'll be the top of the order for the Reds. TJ Friedl to be followed by Spencer Steer and Ellie De La Cruz. Palencia 1-2 this season, a 1.55 ERA, 39 games. He's got 15 saves, but this is not a save opportunity. Palencia kicks and delivers. And starts off Friedl with a ball up high, a fastball that missed. Michael Busch remains in the game, and Busch now playing first base for the Cubs. Righty-lefty matchup as Palencia works his motion and deals. Friedl looks at a strike, another fastball, 1-1. The 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Right?
We were Bosching today.
Oh, yeah. Here's the 1-1. Friedl swings and misses. A splitter from Palencia, 1-2.
I think.
Yeah, Cubs have Boshed 3 times today, if it's what I think you mean. Suzuki's gone deep. Happ's gone deep. Swanson's gone deep. Some life to the offense. It's been a while. 6-0 Cubs. Here in the 9th with no one out. Palencia works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. A long set. Pitch clock at 1. He works his motion and deals. Line foul off the netting to the right by Friedl. 1-2 the count. The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. A few finals on the board. The Twins beat the Tigers 9-4. The pitch up high. So it's 2-2 with Friedl at the plate. Guardians knock off the Mets 4-1. Gavin Williams had a no-hitter entering the 9th inning, and Juan Soto broke it up with a solo shot for New York. And the 2-2. Popped up left side, foul territory, racing over Shaw near the dugout, but it's out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Orioles knock off the Phillies 5-1. Kobe Mayo with a 3-run home run for Baltimore. Giants double up the Pirates 4-2. Later on tonight, Milwaukee at Atlanta. Former Cub Jose Quintana will start for the Brewers. Spencer Strider will be on the hill for the Braves. The 2-2. Up high, Friedl has worked a full count. Cubs beginning the day 4 back of the Brewers in the National League Central. Palencia leans in, acknowledges the sign from Kelly, straightens up, kicks and fires. Friedl grounds one through in right field for a base hit, right between Busch and Horner.
Good at bat for Friedl, and I like that Daniel just comes in and he's throwing strikes. So, you don't want him walking guys, so make him swing the bat.
So that'll bring up the first baseman Spencer Steer, a right-handed hitter, who's 0 for 3 today.
We need a toast to the game ball player too today, Zach. Toast to the game ball player presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
First pitch to Steer is high and tight for ball 1.
I think it's a pretty easy one today, right? The guy that threw into the 6th inning, didn't give up any runs. What do you think of that?
Yeah, the rookie right-hander Cade Horton, 4th straight scoreless start for him.
6 punch-outs, 5 2/3, no runs.
Steer pops it foul out of play off to the right. That no runs is key, especially he didn't know that the Cubs offense would break out today. So that's impressive. He's got a scoreless streak now of 23 and a third consecutive innings over the 4 starts. And the 1-1. Called strike, fastball, 99 miles per hour along the inside edge near the bottom of the zone. 1-2 on Steer. And that 23 and a third consecutive scoreless inning streak is the longest active streak in the majors for a starter. Called strike 3. Palencia gets Steer looking with a fastball at the bottom of the zone, right along the outside edge. 1 away.
Back-to-back heaters, one on the inside corner at the knees for strike 2, and then one painted the outside corner at the knees. Strike 3. Great pitches by Daniel.
6-0 Cubs with 1 on and 1 out. They're in the top of the 9th for Cincinnati. Ellie De La Cruz now at the plate. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Palencia steps off the rubber and looks at first as Friedel walks back to the bag. Friedel now with an 8-game hitting streak. He's got 2 hits today. Palencia is ready. Sets at the belt, takes a peek at first and deals. Outside. Ball 1.
And this copyrighted broadcast presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rich Wyatt and the Chicago Cubs.
Here's the 1-0 as De La Cruz pops it foul out of play. It's very powerful, that Rich Wyatt.
He controls whether we're on the air or not, so he's got to be thrown in there.
Yeah. Helps us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. The buttons aren't right. Oh, man.
We aren't right.
Yeah, no kidding. The 1-1. Valencia just misses inside with a blazing fastball clocked at 101 miles per hour. 2-1 the count on De La Cruz. Cubs stolen bases are powered by Atturo Tires, Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Atturo.com. The 2-1. De La Cruz lines one in the left center field for a base hit. Fielded on a hop by Happ, who gets it back to the infield. Friedel stops at second base.
Now, I think that's De La Cruz's first hit of this series, right?
I think he had one.
Did he have one in the opener?
Had one in the opener.
He did, okay. But for the Cubs to hold him to 2 hits in the opener in this series, and he's one of the elite players in the game and a big-time offensive force. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was that check swing double down the left field line.
That's right. Yeah, a little chopper.
Yeah. Austin Hayes at the plate, 2 on, 1 away in the 9th. The pitch. Called strike. A slider that just clipped the inside portion of the plate, the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Cubs with a 6-0 lead. Palencia on the mound. Friedel at second, De La Cruz at first. Righty-righty matchup with Hayes at the plate. Palencia looks at second and deals. Fouled out of play off to the right by Austin Hayes in the hole, 0-2. The tough play of the game is sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. I'm going to give it to Dansby Swanson for that sliding stop, roaming to his left to rob Brian Hayes in the 8th. Popped up and fired a strike to first.
Yeah, no, great play, no doubt.
The 0-2 off the glove of Kelly, ricochets off the backstop, rolls all the way to the Cubs on deck circle along the third base line. Both runners advance. Friedel now at third, and De La Cruz is at second. The count 1-2.
Well, when you're throwing 100 miles an hour and you misfire with one, it makes it really tough on the catcher. And Kelly just unable to corral that one as it was thrown up very high.
6-0 Cubs, 1 down. Minute second and third. Here's the 1-2. Hayes bounces one on the left side. Charging, Shaw fielding. The throw to Bush at first in time for the out. 2 away. Coming in to score Friedel. It's now 6-1 Cubs over the Reds here in the 9th. But Cincinnati down to its last out.
Cubs lose the shutout on that little ground ball, but that's okay. They really need to win. And you're 1 out away from getting a W and getting back on the winning way.
Gavin Lux will stand in. Left-handed batter with a right-hander, Palencia on the hill. High leg kick and pitch. High and outside, ball one. Crowd on its feet here at Wrigley Field. De La Cruz at second base. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider. Bottom of the zone, 1-1. Valencia looks at second, staring at De La Cruz. Now turns his focus to home plate and the pitch. Lux dribbles one up the first baseline and it rolls foul. 1-2. So the Reds are down to their last strike. 6-1 Cubs as they look to avoid the sweep this afternoon here at Wrigley Field and get back on track. Valencia is ready. High leg kick and pitch. Outside, 2-2. Valencia walks down the back slope of the mound, picks up the rosin bag. Now he's ready. Back on the hill, looks at second. Here's the 2-2. Called strike three. Palencia freezes Lux with a slider, and the Cubs avoid the sweep. They beat the Reds 6-1.
A nice all-around ball game for the Cubs, and they needed one. They needed a great outing on the mound. They got that from Cade Horton, and probably more so than anything else, they needed the offense to get clicking up and down the lineup, and they did that. Suzuki got it started with some good swings early to drive in some runs. Cubs had a few home runs in this game, and the 11 hits in the game, and that's a big deal for the Cubs today.
But you know what? I want to go back early on in the game when the Cubs scored their first run in the third, Coom. They used situational baseball to get on the board and take the lead. And when you play the game the right way, eventually the big-time stuff starts to happen.
Yeah, it did work out. They moved runners along and did the right thing, and then you get a sacrifice fly from Suzuki and got them off and running.
So the Cubs pick up the win, avoiding the sweep at the hands of the Reds. Cubs improved to 66-48. And now they're 3.5 games behind first place Milwaukee in the National League Central, pending the results of the Brewers game.